The new Gen 11 represents the future of football, a group of young players poised to dominate the sport once the current elite phase out. These players include figures such as Sae Itoshi, Kaiser, and Lorenzo. They are recognized as the most promising talents under 20, possessing the skills, mentality, and potential to shape the next era of the game. While the concept of recognizing emerging football talent is not new, what makes the new Gen 11 particularly intriguing is the mystery surrounding their selection process. Are they simply a media-generated phenomenon, players hyped up based on performances and potential? Or is there a deeper, more strategic hand at play, carefully selecting and molding these athletes behind the scenes? What if a single mastermind orchestrated its selection, much like Jinpachi Igo's attempt to redefine Japanese football? Ray Dark appears to be the unseen architect of this next generation. His scouting, influence, and philosophy suggest that he has been shaping a new breed of footballers, unpolished gems molded through adversity. If Blue Lock's rise represents the dawn of a new philosophy, then Ray Dark's hidden hand may be setting up a rival vision, one rooted in suffering, survival, and extreme talent cultivation. At first glance, the concept of the new Gen 11 appears to be a natural response to Blue Lock's rise, a media-driven initiative seeking to recognize the best young talents. But closer inspection suggests something more intentional, something eerily similar to Igo's own project. If Igo aims to create the ultimate striker through controlled conditions and extreme competition, Ray Dark may be attempting a parallel system, one that operates beyond Blue Lock's confines, selecting and refining raw talent from the fringes of society. Consider the timing and nature of the new Gen 11 selections. The emergence of players like Kaiser, Lorenzo, and Sae Itoshi follows a pattern of hardship and adversity, aligning with Ray Dark's infamous suffering builds character ideology. If Igo's system manufactures players in a controlled setting, Ray Dark's methodology embraces chaos, finding brilliance in the darkest corners of the football world. In football, scouting young players has traditionally been the domain of club academies, talent scouts, and national youth programs. Players are often discovered through structured competitions, rigorous training programs, and years of performance analysis. However, the new Gen 11 does not entirely follow this conventional pathway. Many of its members emerged from unexpected, often harsh backgrounds, suggesting that their selection was not just a matter of raw talent, but of deliberate intervention, a hidden system that identifies and forges football's future stars through adversity. If Jinpachi Igo's Blue Lock follows a controlled approach, bringing together Japan's best strikers and molding them through an isolated competitive experiment, then Ray Dark's system operates in the shadows, hunting for players whose skills were shaped not by structured training but by survival itself. Take Kaiser, one of the most striking examples of a new Gen 11 talent with an unconventional rise. Before becoming the face of Bastard München's attack, Kaiser's background was shrouded in mystery. Unlike most professional footballers who rise through well-documented youth systems, Kaiser's journey to the top seems to have been fast-tracked, as if someone had already recognized his potential before the rest of the world caught on. And when did Kaiser's rise occur? Right after Ray Dark helped release him from prison. This timing is too precise to ignore. If Ray Dark had a hand in scouting or influencing talent placement, it is entirely possible that he discovered Kaiser, or at the very least, played a role in his rapid ascent. While Igo seeks to build a star in a lab-like setting, Dark's method may be more organic. He identifies players with extraordinary instincts, sets them on a path filled with challenges, and lets their suffering mold them into football weapons. Another example is Lorenzo, the genius defender known as the Ace Eater. His unique play style, built around devouring the offensive strengths of elite players, suggests an upbringing that forced him to develop a survivalist mentality on the pitch. Unlike traditional defenders, who are shaped by years of tactical coaching, Lorenzo plays with an almost primal instinct, as if football was more than just a sport, it was a battleground. His discovery also raises questions. If Snuffy, an established football figure, was able to find and recruit a homeless teenager with no direct ties to the professional footballing system, how did that even happen? The professional football world rarely takes risks on complete unknowns unless they are tipped off by someone with inside knowledge. Given Ray Dark's history of scouting unconventional players and his ideology of suffering as a means to create greatness, it is entirely plausible that Snuffy didn't find Lorenzo by chance. He was led to him. In this scenario, Ray Dark could have been the informant, the unseen force behind Snuffy's discovery, ensuring that Lorenzo's talent wasn't buried beneath his circumstances, but placed into an environment where it could thrive. And last but not least, Sae. Many fans have speculated about the event that transformed Sae, Japan's prodigy, from a hopeful, ambitious young player into a cold, ruthless competitor. Some believe it was Leonardo Luna who traumatized him, forcing him to change his playstyle and mentality. But what if Luna was not the architect of Sae's transformation, but merely the instrument? Ray Dark's philosophy revolves around molding players through adversity, pushing them into situations that force them to either break or evolve. If he had a hand in orchestrating the new Gen 11, then it stands to reason that Sae's transformation was not just an unfortunate event. It was part of a calculated effort to refine him into the kind of elite player that fits into Dark's vision. This would explain why so many new Gen 11 members share common traits. They are not just talented, but battle-hardened, shaped by difficult experiences, and stripped of all weaknesses. Unlike Blue Lock players who are being constructed within a controlled system, new Gen 11 players may have been crafted through real-world struggles, their abilities forged in chaos rather than order. If Ray Dark truly is the mastermind behind the new Gen 11, then he has likely established a network of scouts, informants, and football insiders who help him locate and position these young stars where they need to be. His ability to manipulate player movement, club politics, and talent pipelines would explain how so many new Gen 11 players emerged in perfect synchronization. Thus, the new Gen 11 is not simply a recognition of football's next stars, it is the culmination of a carefully orchestrated plan, one that may have been in motion long before Blue Lock ever began. I think Ray Dark will start seeing Blue Lock as a threat, and then a clash between Blue Lock's best and the new Gen 11 will happen. Blue Lock's victory over the Japan U20 team was the first step in securing its legitimacy. Defeating the new Gen 11 could symbolize the ultimate test, proving whether Ego's controlled evolution or Dark's survivalist philosophy produces the superior footballers. The stakes, therefore, extend beyond the pitch. If Blue Lock wins, they do not just claim victory, they inherit the mantle of new Gen 11, becoming the true future of football. This potential narrative turn raises fundamental questions. Which methodology breeds the best players? Does suffering truly build character, or does structured competition create better talent? In the end, Blue Lock may not just be about creating the best striker, it may be about proving which footballing philosophy will define the future. Ray Dark's influence in the new Gen 11 challenges the assumption that football's next generation is merely a product of media hype. Instead, it suggests a hidden power struggle, a battle between two visionaries, Ego and Dark. By scouting and molding raw, unpolished gems, Ray Dark may be building a generation of players engineered through suffering and struggle, contrasting Ego's controlled, ego-driven system. As Blue Lock faces new Gen 2, the clash is more than just a match. It is the ultimate test of two competing ideologies. Whether Dark's vision will overshadow Blue Lock's legacy remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, football's future is being shaped not by the masses, but by the hands of a few unseen architects. So, what do you think? Is Ray Dark truly the mastermind behind the new Gen 11, or is his influence merely a conspiracy? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's discuss. Who do you think will define football's next era? I'm Hoops and Anime, and that's about it. See ya.